Whisper.
All right, so it's a test. Can you guess which politicians are the most charitable? Mitt Romney's been facing a lot of criticism over his low tax rate, but he donated roughly 14% of his income in 2010. That's nearly $3 million. President Obama raised his charitable giving last year to more than 14% from 6% in 2008. But the kicker is in Joe Biden's generosity. Back in 2006, he donated a back-breaking sum of $380, about 0.1% of his income. He was in a more charitable mood in 2010, where he donated a whopping 1.5%. Time to bring out our panel. Hadley Heath is a senior policy analyst for the Independent Women's Forum in D.C. Tina Corby is an associate editor for hotair.com in Oklahoma City. And Joey Jackson is an attorney. Tina, let's start with you. What do you make of it?
To me, it makes total sense that this would be the way that it breaks down, just because if you see it as the government's role to take care of everybody, you're probably going to see it as less of your responsibility to donate to charities. So it makes sense to me that Obama and Biden gave less than Romney. And I also just love the way this kind of stood the request for Romney's tax returns on its head, because while, yes, we know that he is a wealthy, successful candidate, which I don't understand why is such a problem, now we're finding out that he's not just wealthy and successful, but he gives back as well. So that casts him in a favorable light.
So, Joey, are Democrats just stingy? Is that what's going on here?
No, what it is, Willis, is Democrats don't make the money, okay? The point is that if you have more money, the Democrats, of course. Look, if you have more money, you give more money. If I made $25 million, I'd give 3 of it away, too. Biden, we talk about a 0.1% or whatever it is, 0.5% of his income.
It's a
Why
percentage.
Is that?
We're discussing percentages here.
But he makes
total amount.
What does he make?
We're not discussing
he makes
total.
like
We're talking about 1%
100 grand
versus something much larger.
If you have more, you give more. Romney has, he gives. Obama has less, he gives less.
You're wrong. We're talking about percentages.
I'm always wrong.
But you're cute, and that's why we have you on the show.
You're sweet, Jerry.
All right, Hadley, what do you say?
Oh, I agree. I think it has to do with the philosophy on how to best combat poverty in our country. I think conservatives believe in private charity as the best and most efficient way to do that. I think liberals want to support government programs to do that, which sadly end up being inefficient, wasting taxpayer money, and backfiring on the people they're intended to help.
All right, here is a story I've just been waiting to talk about. You know what they say, breaking up is hard to do, but a new consumer group says that that's the only way to save our economy. Public Citizen calling for the end of too big to fail banks by carving them up. They say Bank of America should be the first on the chopping block. Joey, what do you say?
I say we have to let the free market be the free market. This group serves a vital function. You know what? Keep doing the great job that you do. But when we talk about, doesn't the government regulate us enough? Now we're going to be in an instance where if you're too big, we're going to chop you here, we're going to chop you there. Where's the next company to look for? The fact is that the market will take care of itself. Investors will take care of it. We don't need government going in and chopping up businesses.
Hadley, a lot of people angry with the banks over the money they got from taxpayers. Should they be broken up?
Oh, no, I think if we want to get rid of companies that are too big to fail, then we've simply got to stop bailing them out, stop intervening on behalf of the government. So I think we have mechanisms in place to decide which companies survive and which companies fail, and that's the marketplace. I don't think we need a bureaucracy to make that decision.
Tina.
Right, it's not too big to fail. That companies should be allowed to be big. They should be allowed to fail.
Yeah, we just never have the stomach to see that happen. All right, here's an interesting story. College graduates facing record high unemployment as they enter the real world, but a new study shows those with a liberal arts degree might actually make good money in a bad economy. Joey, this is like contrary to anything I've ever heard.
Well, you know what? It comes down to this. If you look at the study, this is what they talk about. Students who graduate who have the ability to think, who have the ability to analyze, who have the ability to reason, who have the ability to write, do better, right, and have less debt. That's nothing that we need to study for. The fact is if the liberal arts education is going to give you the reasoning skills to get ahead, the writing skills to get ahead, then of course you're going to do better than most people.
Hadley, is it really the liberal arts majors who know how to think?
Oh, I don't know. I think it's great news anytime we hear that some people are doing well and actually finding jobs, especially college grads in this economy. But to borrow from President Obama's words, we need an economy that works for everyone. And that means providing more educational choices for people, allowing people to get degrees online or go to for-profit colleges or decide which major they want on their own based on their understanding of supply and demand in the marketplace.
Well, Tina, I'll ask you the same thing. Is it the liberal arts folks who have the brains?
No, that's what I disagree with in this study. Like Joey said, it's no surprise whatsoever that people who think well, write well, reason well are more employable. That's like saying people who are more employable are more employable. But the issue is, do liberal arts educations actually give people these skills? And a study last year showed that 36% of college graduates showed no increase in learning from their freshman year to their senior year. So I think, they could be picking up these skills from a number of places, and you might be majoring in math or engineering and still demonstrate these same liberal arts
thinking maybe the liberal
abilities.
arts graduates aren't getting those skill sets from their education. Very interesting.
Right.
All right, Hadley, Tina, and Joey, great job, guys. Appreciate your coming on the show. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks,
All right, guys.